Nine of Swords coming in for you guys. Now, this is stress, this anxiety, this is worry. I straight up think this is you worrying about either what other people are doing or saying or thinking about you. And, you know, you might say, well, I don't really care what other people think about me. Well, I'm not talking about people on the street. I'm talking about people that may love and support you, your family, your friends. Those are the ones that really we get anxious about. And I talk about this in the outro, and I talked about this with a few of the other signs. It feels like we've all gone through such profound changes, and it's not just about us dealing with the changes that have gone on within us now. It's about how we interact with other people, how other people handle the change that changed us, right? Now, the Nine of Swords, it's that, yes, it's stress, yes, it's anxiety, but no one just wakes up and decides, oh, I think I'd love to feel stressed out today. It's not a choice. There is something that you're reacting to. There's something here that, you know, that is stressful. But what the Nine of Swords says is, the more you go over it and over it, like thinking about this again and again and again, like not talking about it, not doing anything. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our ideas, right? We can sometimes feel helpless, like we can't do anything. And the more we keep going over it, that's the bigger it seems. It magnifies it. So it isn't as bad as it seems. It just gets worse and worse in our heads the more we think about it. And you have some amazing energy coming up here. Amazing energy. I want to say this to you, Cancer. I really want to say this to you, is that the hardest part of this, you've already done. You've already struggled through the hardest part of this. Why are you worried now? That's why I'm getting the other people aspect in. Because in yourself, you're strong. You're coming across as strong. Now, we have the Empress coming up at the heart of the reading. Now, she's the mother figure. She's caring. She's nurturing. She's very attractive. In what I mean by that is she can attract whatever she wants to herself. She can create great abundance. Abundance is whatever we want it to be, right? Emotional abundance, financial abundance, spiritual abundance. She can have more of it. That's why she sits there. She knows it takes time. She knows about the cycles of rebirth, death and rebirth, like the crop. When it gets cut, when it's harvested, over winter, it looks like there's nothing there, that nothing will ever grow in that field again. Come spring, everything comes back to life. So she understands all that. She's patient, she's loving, she's caring, she's nurturing. She also represents the wife, domesticity, the family for me. So for some of you, I am getting that this is a situation to do with your nearest and dearest. There could be codependency coming in here. But I kind of feel it's not so much, I mean, most codependents, they don't care. They're happy doing whatever they're doing. But this is that stage where you kind of recognize it and you don't want to do it. Like, you understand it. And it's that point where you understand it in yourself. Like I said, you've done the hard work in yourself. This is about when you have to have the conversations with other people. And that's why you've not said anything yet. You've not said anything. How do I know you've done the hard work? Well, we have strength in the past. This is courage. This is that inner resilience. This is peace, harmony in ourselves. You'd think the lion has the strength here, but it isn't. It's her, right? She's the one that's kind of cuddling up with the lion because she has the courage to do so. And I mean, strength says you have the courage to overcome any obstacles. You have the strength to overcome any obstacles. And you've done that. That's how I know you've done the hard work already in this. Maybe stood up for yourself, maybe understood, come into your own power, understood that I have power in this situation. You know, what I want is valid. What I want to achieve is valid. Very strong energy. I mean, we have 4 major arcana energy here. So there's very powerful energy. But the conflict comes from 2 places. 2 places we have conflict here. One is inside the head, the mind, where, you know, it's that stress, anxiety. How am I going to deal with this? What are they going to say? You know, all of that kind of churning it over and over. And that's the underlying energy. But you've overcome so much already, Cancer. I don't know how else to put it. The hard part is done. I know this feels harder, but it isn't. You had strength in the past. You don't have it in the present. Meaning that whatever you needed the strength for, you used it for that. You're sitting pretty now. The Empress is about abundance, growth, more. But where's the restriction coming in? It feels to be, I mean, the 5 of Wands is in the present. And this could be last week, last month, last year, whatever. You know, you've done this. You're a different person now. You're stronger. You've become someone new after going through this challenge. And, you know, we are always changed by whatever experiences we have. But you have the Five of Wands in the present. This is conflict. Now, this can be competition. So this might be in the workplace where you're having to kind of compete with other people for a position. This could be your friends and family. You know, when they step up and they see a new you, maybe you're trying to, I don't know, you're saying, oh, I think I'd like to have another baby, or I'd like to start a family, or I want to start my own business, whatever the Empress wants to create, she can have it. This could be other people saying to you, are you sure you don't want to do that, do you? Now, they're trying to keep you safe. They love you. But remember, they're coming from their own stress and anxiety. This is not about you guys. Whatever these people are saying, remember, I always say this. I've said it in a few outros now. It's always an I statement. Trust me, people have said it to me. I used to be very, very ill. And when I started getting back into making my body stronger, because my muscles were all gone, everything was gone. And I had a number of people, I had a couple of friends actually that came and did like an intervention with me. And they were like, I think you're getting too obsessed. One of them thought I was getting too obsessed, and she said I needed a boyfriend. I didn't actually need to work out. I actually was trying to make up for other things in my life. And other people are just like, you know, how are you doing this? That you were in a bed, you shouldn't be doing this. But what they were actually saying is where they were coming from. It wasn't a statement on me. I was finally getting control over a body that had kicked my butt for so many years. And they were well-meaning, but they were coming from their own fears, their own aspirations, their own whatever. So when someone tells you, you can't, what they're saying is, I can't do this. I can't imagine myself doing this. That doesn't mean you can't. You can. You have the Empress sat here. So please don't, I want to say pander, because it is. It is. I mean, you don't have to argue with them. Just straight up say no. That's one of the most powerful things we can say is just no. No. Well, that's not me. Or I'm sorry, you don't understand me. You know, that's kind of what it is, because it's causing you anxiety and it's not fair on you. You know, don't let people, I've said this all the time, don't let people use your niceness or, you know, against you. That's why authenticity and truth is so difficult, because sometimes we have to say things that they're the truth, they're our truth, but people don't see it as polite. They think you must always pander to them. And so when you say something that is your truth, they think you're being a bitch, or, you know, that why are you being so awful to me? Why are you're not a nice person? Someone said that to me once. Would it kill you to be nice? Well, yeah, it would. It would kill me to be nice. If being nice means I have to lie about what my truth is. So there's very much that. And it will help you. I always say the cure for the Nine of Swords is to speak it, is to say it. This can be internal conflict, but not coming after strength. I don't see it as internal conflict. Not with the Empress. I think you know what you want to expand, what you want to grow, what you want more of. It's the Nine of Swords that's connected to this Five of Wands. This is that combo, and I think it's other people. Now, if you can tell people, but sit down, just back off, it's fine, I've got this. You've got the Sun coming in. I mean, the Sun, the Empress, this is growth. This is new beginning. Some of you might be thinking about, you know, the stress or the worry might be here that about starting a family. She's the mother, right? And the Sun is also about children, childbirth. This could be about that. And I don't usually see that. If you followed me for a while, you know I don't usually go there. You stay true to yourself. Don't let other people make a situation worse. You've already got those voices in your head telling you the worst. You know, you don't need, and sometimes that's what it is, because we're thinking that other people come in and mirror what we're thinking, right? But in the same way, if you can tell them back off, you'll be telling yourself, like, forget this. These are fears, these are doubts. I can do this. And you can. The Sun is the potential for great happiness. How do you get to the Sun? How do you get this creativity, this growth, these new beginnings? Both of these cards talk about new beginnings. How do you do that? By acknowledging what has power over you. What has power over you? Now, the Devil's about temptation. And I've been saying this, a few of the signs got this as their advice. Because that's the only thing that's holding you back. When we get to this place where we're uncertain, when we're stressed, that's when we're going to reach for that jar of cookies. That's when we're going to reach for that bottle of whiskey, or, you know, whatever our poison is. Or being codependent, or whatever brings us security. That's why the Devil represents temptation. Because it's in our weakest moment that we feel like we need it, but you don't need it. Why? Because you have strength here. Whatever you've been through, Cancer, if you haven't shown yourself how strong you are, then I don't know what you've done. But you have. Because this is your foundation. It's strength. I don't care how you got your butt kicked. I don't care what happened to you. You know that you are strong. And it's that whole thing. It's almost like the Queen of Swords, that damaged people are dangerous. They know they can survive. So don't listen to other people telling you that you can't do this, because you bloody can. You're the Empress. You've got the sun. You've got amazing, regenerative, life-giving, life force, just expansion energy here. That you can have anything. You can do anything. Every future exists in potentiality. But are you going to spend your time petty squabbles? I don't even see you that's why I'm just getting a no. I'm just getting a no for this. It's not even trying to explain your side of the situation. It's like, look, either you get it, either you're 100% in my corner or you're not. But I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm trying to expand. I know what I'm trying to grow here. And that's the old you before you went through this, whatever gave you strength. That's the old you that would have listened to people, that would have done what was right for the collective. It's the devil, right? Not anymore, because it doesn't have power over you. The devil says only those things that you allowed to hold you back can hold you back. And it's just to do with fears. And I say fears are everything, right? Our thoughts, that's us. But please don't discount this amazing energy here. I mean, you've got strength, you've got the Empress, you've got the sun. You're on your way to creating something amazing, and you've done all of the hard work here. It doesn't feel like it, but you have, because you've got an amazing foundation to build on. Express love through gifts. Giving a small token to someone expresses your love to them. Now, that's not giving presents to people, but we can give something to someone. I oftentimes have said this, and I've said this before whenever these cards come up. Telling someone the truth, that is a gift. That is a gift. And people don't see it as that. Like I said, they think politeness is a gift. That isn't. That's not the truth. All the people that I have in my life, and I've talked about this in the podcast and stuff before, every single person I have in my life, they are not afraid to stand toe to toe, to go toe to toe against me, to tell me, look, Jay, you need to cut this shit out. And that's the only people I value in my life. People that I respect, because I have a rule, don't tell me what to do, right? But they won't tell me what to do, but they will kind of help me see myself more clearly. And they're not afraid to do that. They're not just going to give me the polite, oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that looks nice. I don't need people like that in my life. So it is a gift. Now, express your love through your gifts. What is a gift that you could give someone? Tell them the truth. Tell them you don't need them to look after you anymore. Break the chains with someone. You have strength and courage here. You have it. I don't know what's made you doubt that you have it. It's this 5 of Wands energy, whatever that is. And remember, sometimes people don't understand that a gift is a gift, but that's the way to do it. That's the way. I mean, I say some very harsh things to people, and I've had people say to me, I don't know how you said that. Don't you feel bad? I don't feel bad, because I do believe it's a gift, to be able, if someone asks me for the truth, to be able to tell them the truth, to give them that, unfiltered truth of my truth. I don't expect it to be someone else's truth. If someone comes to me, I can only give my truth, right? And be open to hearing their truth. That is a gift. A leg up talks about help from other people. It says you've gone as far as you can on your own. It's time to get some help. Have a look. There's a little baby polar bear climbing up on his mama here. And, that's the whole thing here. If they're not in your corner, that's what I keep getting. If they're not in your corner, they're not helping you. They're not helping you. If all they can tell you, it's that saying, there are a million different ways to climb up the mountain. There is no wrong way to climb up that mountain. But if you're the fool that's running around the base of the mountain, running around telling everyone else what they do, that how they're doing it is wrong, then you don't need that kind of a person in your life. But there are people that will help you. It's about discernment. See, don't let the ones that don't hold you back, right? Dearest you, someone else got this. It says, a rigid tree branch breaks under strong winds, yet flexible seaweed survives powerful ocean swells. Right now, we gently remind you that being flexible is a good choice when faced with life's challenges. Surrender your fixed ideas to spirit. And that's this, right? Going over and over and over those fixed ideas. Surrender your fixed ideas to spirit, who knows what is in your highest good and can deliver to you what you need in the appropriate form. In this moment, rather than fighting or being too sure of your way, working out, be a little looser and allow for another outcome. And that's why I don't see this as having to actually fight it out with them. And maybe you see that that's what's stressing you out because you think it's going to be a fight. Because no works wonders. Just say no, 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 no. Compromise can be the best way forward if you are to learn new ways of doing and seeing. Stay aware, curious, and teachable. Take life on life's terms. Your purpose may push you in a direction not on your map. Let it. Be so flexible that no storm can uproot you. In the end, you will still be rooted in the world, in abundance, and you will indeed experience the beauty that is yours. We love you so much. And that's the Empress energy coming in. The Empress and the Sun are amazing. They just, they have their whole life force energy kind of coming out here. But what is this? This is the thing that needs to be done. And it doesn't have to hold you back. The devil tells you that. It doesn't have to hold you back because you have the tools and the strength to deal with this. But it's out of this chaos. There is still, it might be that this situation itself is helping you. This situation itself is here to show you how much strength you have because you never would have thought that you could have done this before. So, it is a benefit. It is a blessing in that way. It just may not feel it because the Five of Wands, fives are the agents of chaos. They always feel very intense when they come in. But just look at the sun shining here.